They're messing with me on
No,
purpose.
they're not. Addie really is the pink haired one.
Abby's
No, Addie.
This is Addie, I'm Addie.
all week.
Now you know how we feel with Bill, Bill.
Bob?
Yeah. Well,
All right. I thought I had it figured out earlier today.
no.
Okay, 6:30, I'm gonna call this meeting to order, which is our work session. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Bishop,
President.
Black,
Here.
Easley's absent, Pace is absent, Riddle,
Here.
Thompson,
Here.
Mayor Davis.
Here. Do we have any items to be added to the agenda? We can't really because we don't have a full, council. So may I have approval of the agenda?
So moved. Second.
And I'll comment that this council work session is intended for internal council and town staff communication, discussion, and work. It's not a question and answer session with the audience. Accordingly, during the work session, no questions or comments from the audience will be entertained. Respectfully, any outburst of disorderly conduct from the audience will not be tolerated and may result in the offending person's removal from the work session. Minutes will be kept and be posted on the town website under the agendas and minutes button on the front page. As a reminder, all town citizens and other appropriate parties as designated by the code of the state of Virginia and the town charter are permitted to make comments under the recognition of citizens and public comment sections of tonight's council meeting.
May I call the roll for the approval of the agenda?
Certainly.
Bishop,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Easley's absent, Pace is absent, Riddle,
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
All right. Discussion and or presentations. We do have sort of a framework for our budget preparation schedule, and under January of 2026, it says develop personnel budget. Mr. Riddle as chair of the personnel committee. You've had a busy tenure. Do you have any comments or
Well,
thoughts?
the one question I have is how, well, we had talked about a part-time position under economic development or something of that nature. Is that something we still want to talk about adding? Or we want to talk about something else? Another part-time position had been discussed as well, it's part of like a clerical position.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think, we kind of just had that open for discussion. to see where I think there was some funding available for the economic developing. We never did see anything in writing, I don't think, I didn't, where, how much or where that was coming from and for how long. I don't know if that's something we need to discuss. Would that go away if we don't hire that person, that kind of thing?
Well, I'll just say what I know about that, which is I don't think so. The main concern was that we would have dedicated town effort towards that work. And with Mr. Webb King coming on board, and he has quite a bit of strength and experience in that type of role. And so I think he may be able to fill that, and with Ms. Burgess as Director of Public Works, I think that balances out that kind of position, those needs for the town pretty adequately. I did have some discussion with Reimagine Chatham, more or less, about, if we thought the funding would be compromised by that, and they did not think that it would. So, we can always keep that in the hopper, as something we can consider, but we can also kind of go forward as we are and see if we can't sort of work through it without taking on that additional position. If it doesn't work, and we feel like we need that person, then we can always add that. Mr. Webb King, do you have any comments about that?
No, I think saving money right now is wise. Especially, yeah.
Yeah, saving it as much as we can.
So whatever we can do to do that.
Well,
We currently have 8 full-time and 1 part-time
right.
position.
And, well, I think it's important that we pursue this strategically. I think it's very important. So, Bill, maybe we could add that to our agenda with the growth and renewal meeting that's gonna be set soon. And we can discuss that and maybe have, Dick to come back and talk to us once again. But are you willing to take those extra, I don't know that it would be extra hours, but additional space to take on that, to assume that economic development role? I think you would be great at it. It's a time thing, though.
It is a time thing. All I can say is we'll see. I am putting a lot of time toward, citizens when they come in. So in my reports, I'm actually giving you, the council and the mayor, an idea of what those conversations are. I believe over time, you guys will have a different picture, including the ones that you have in your normal circle, about other things that people are asking for and saying outside. So that's part of opening up some communication, if that makes sense. That said, it hasn't been overwhelming, so I think I probably can do that.
Right, and we need some sort of framework as to what exactly he begins with. So I think that's something that we could discuss at the next growth, meeting in a week or something.
Absolutely.
So be thinking about, how we could make something like that happen. Because I really don't think we should lose the momentum and the potential that they're kind of banking on us to follow through with. I don't want to lose that.
Agreed.
So we'll just go from there and then we'll push it back to you.
So we have mentioned in the past recently that, we might consider another part-time person in the office. Only because if someone's out for vacation or if someone's out with an injury, it stretches the office pretty thin during that time, so we might think about that. What
Is-
about,
Is there room in that office or would you put this person somewhere else?
Well, it would be the adjacent office,
Oh, okay.
that's fully functional.
well, Kelly, maybe you can sort of think about
Yeah.
what would their duties be, and maybe we'll kind of put together a framework of what that would look like,
You'll be, send that to Bill.
please. Sarah, from your department and everything, do you feel like you're clacking along pretty well with your department? Randy, how about the police force?
Now, with the development of personnel, can I
Please
switch
do.
gears? With the personnel budget, does this incorporate, like COLA increases or merit raises? Is that part of this budget?
That will be part of the budget cycle. I don't think we've talked about that yet.
Okay.
That would go through, if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, that went through finance last year.
Yeah.
Well, it'll have
So
to be
no-
together,
no
kind of a
Maybe
joint,
it's a
joint thing, yeah.
Maybe we need to have a joint.
For sure.
Yeah, we don't let that just sneak up on us either.
That needs to be discussed.
That's right, we need to all consider that.
Now, with personnel, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Would personnel involve the hiring of someone, I'm obsessed with that Depot Street. So would that include compensation for that person to take that on? Mowing?
I'm sorry, I'm not following you.
Like for personnel, because that's what we're supposed to be discussing. So would the hiring of that fall under personnel,
I
or
don't
they
think
just
so, I
consider
think that would be
something
a
else?
contract.
That'd be a
That would be like a contract
Like
thing,
that.
yeah, I don't think it
Finance
would be.
exclusive one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk about that.
It would
next
be, it would be public works and finance,
time. I just
yeah,
don't wanna forget about it.
will.
Because that's gonna be an employee, I'd be a contractor.
I wasn't sure, technically how that worked.
Bill,
Heath Landscaping, the owner, I forget his first name. Jerry, thank you. He did mention that if you landscape that side of the railroad track, that hill, correctly, you wouldn't have to mow it. So instead of doing $1,000 mow twice, 3-4 times a year, you can spend $4,000 and just keep up with the mulch.
we'll
I don't
consider
know
that.
if he's ever done anything for 40.
We'll
Well,
discuss that.
you know what I mean.
We'll discuss that at another time.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
It is a good idea, but yeah, it's not necessarily part of this meeting. Anything else under personnel? I don't wanna beat this to death if we can.
I just think we need to look at all that cost of living anywhere, all that has gotta be looked into with the budget as we get down with the revenue. and
That's right,
expenses
that's right.
To see what we can fit in and what we can do from a revenue and expense.
And so that will, going forward into February